Good morning. I thought I'd come on very quickly just to have a very brief moan about the weather because we're having a heat wave in the UK at the moment, as lots of people will already know. And yeah, I'm not enjoying it, I'll be quite honest. The watering is getting tedious now, and I'm also concerned my water bill is going to be huge. So yes, I do have water butts, but they've been empty for a while now. And yeah, so I'm obviously having to use water from the tap, the kitchen tap, which I don't like using. Certain plants like the astilbe over here aren't going to appreciate this hot weather. Obviously they're like woodland plants traditionally, so, and they do get some shade by the shed, but yeah, it's just not ideal for them. And this is why I'm sort of leaning towards planting drought tolerant plants these days, like this sedum, for example. You know, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I really love sedums. Even they're looking thirsty though at the moment, to be honest. But yeah, they're doing great because they're still looking reasonably healthy. And yeah, still looking good. I've got some persicaria there that's probably not happy. And I don't water this border. I don't water this border at all. I've got sedums, eucalyptus trees, a little bit of grass, like ornamental grasses, geraniums. Yeah, so this is very much a dry border. So my plan is just to plant more sedums and drought tolerant plants. My roses, so over here I've got my roses. They had a lovely flush in June, which I recorded for you. So obviously that flush is finished, and I'm just so glad that I mulched the roses quite heavily. So I'm hoping that that will retain moisture for them, because I don't want to be watering that much. I really don't want to be watering my garden a lot. But the roses, they're looking okay. They probably would appreciate a drink, but I kind of keep my watering to the plants that really need it. So like my seedlings, my things in pots, and my tomatoes. It's just not possible to water everything, really. I mean, well, it's possible, but it's just not ideal at all. Yeah, so I've got a raised bed here that's got a few sedum cuttings. That's actually a new one, that purple one. It looks like the slugs have found it, unfortunately, but hopefully they won't eat it all. I've got some cuttings in here, so I've got my black currants, sedums, lavatera, which was looking lovely, but now they're looking very dry. I'm going to water these in a minute. Blueberries are coming out now, which is really nice. Really enjoying the blueberries. Yeah, and here I've got some snapdragons. I picked some snapdragons this morning to bring inside. They're coming quite regularly now. And I've also got some amaranthus coral fountain, and there's a few sunflower plants at the back as well. And the tall things are ornamental millet, which I just like the look of them. I think they're quite nice and textural when the seed heads come out. So I thought I'd give those a go. Raspberries have gone mad again, even though I cut them right back to try and control them. They've sort of absolutely covered this bed again. Anyway, I've sort of gone off on a tangent now, just explaining everything. So yeah, my tomatoes are coming on. They're taking ages to ripen, and I grow tomatoes every year, and obviously I do enjoy eating them, but they do take a lot of resources, really, don't they? Especially at the moment with watering. But I'll show you how they're coming along if you're interested. So yeah, I've got my Black Moon tomatoes here, which are, yeah, like I said, they're I've got a few here that are looking good, but they take forever to ripen. I've got some Katie Bell, which are like yellow plum tomatoes. They're starting to ripen, but taking ages. Now I've got cucumbers. That was Crystal Lemon. I never do very well with cucumbers, but I just don't think I give them enough. I don't think I grow cucumbers well. They're in these little pots, for example, and they really should be in something bigger. And they just seem to run out of energy and nutrients pretty quick. But I've still got a few coming on that one. This one I thought was a cucumber, but it looks like it's more likely a courgette actually. But that'll be nice because I do like courgettes. And I'm pleased to see my auricula that I bought at unfortunately it's been nibbled. I bought at a plant fair in April. It's got a little offshoot, is that the right word? Offset, so I will divide that, so that's quite exciting. This is the first auricula I've ever owned. So yeah, I like that. These require a bit of watering as well, but yeah, happy with that. These are some giant scabious, which I put them on Facebook Marketplace, but no one's actually bought them. They could do with going in the ground, really. Hydrangea. This is the only hydrangea I've got now, because they just don't do well for me in the ground. I think it's just the soil is just too poor for them here. So I've just got this one in a pot, which, you know, obviously looks quite well because it's being watered regularly. That is something that I do water. Here is it's predominantly a rose bed. Not any blooms, well, not really many blooms at the moment. I've got another sedum. There's a nasturtium, nice yellow nasturtium there. Geraniums, which are going a bit mad, I need to cut them back. And yeah, my apple tree is looking quite good. I reckon the apple tree probably could do with a water, to be honest. It's got a few plants under it. I've got some Rudbeckia and some borage. It looks really weak and pathetic, I think, even though I do mulch this area. Actually, I do mulch. I mulch the roses and the fruit trees and the raised beds, and that's about it. But yeah, even though I mulch, it's still just putting mulch on top of compacted rubble, isn't it? Because it's I think I've said before, it's a newish house, and the garden is compacted rubble. So even though I mulch, there's only so much you can do. But nevertheless, the apple tree is looking very good, and it is getting bigger. The trunk's getting thicker. My apple tree pruning doesn't look too bad. It's forming a nice shape, and it really is pleasing to see that it does form a bit of a shadow now in the afternoon, which is what I wanted. The value of trees and the shade they provide is just so important, isn't it? Doesn't go unnoticed by me. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted an apple tree.